he's playing a very similar build to mine. His own flavor, of course, but very similar. And it's so dangerous. It just pops out of nowhere and hits you so hard. And then it just goes back into stealth. And it's... Now, I do the same thing, obviously. It's a very similar playstyle. He's using a bow, I'm using a destruction staff, so it's a little different. But it's just so dangerous. Like, it's so rough to try and... You saw how close I was to death multiple times. It's a hard fight.
So, what am I running? That seems to be the question everyone's asking here. This is the Remain Silent build. It is a variant of the Emperor of Woe, thus the name. I'm running One Piece Kina, Sergeant, Night Slayer, and Ring of the Wild Hunt. It's going to be in 3 Divines, 2 Well Fitted, and 1 Impenetrable. I only need 1 Impenetrable because of the CP, which I'll go over in a bit. For the jewelry, you're going to want to run 2 Infused and 1 Swift, both with weapon damage enchantment. For the poisons, escapist poisons are going to be the best thing you can run. I run both of these stamina draining poisons, and I also run the slow poisons that grant you major expedition. For the bow, you're going to want Nirnhund. Your heals are on that bar, and may as well get more weapon damage. I did do extensive testing with a 2-hand, and ultimately the bow provides a better tactical advantage engaging people from range. It's giving us access to Venom Arrow, which also allows us to interrupt from range, and as a Wood Elf you have another bonus to pair with the Major Expedition bonus on a roll. For the dual wield, it's very important that you do have 1 Nirnhund as your first slot and Sharpened as the second slot. The enchantments will be Disease and Oblivion. So I'm going to buff up right now, and we'll take a look at all of the individual stats. Getting into attributes, it's going to be 18 in HP and 46 in Stam. For our Mundus, it's going to be the Warrior. This build is completely centered on continuous attack, which I do have. You're going to want to fight around the resources, specifically towers. You can get into a keep, but it tends to be a bit zergy in there. Food's going to be Bewitched Sugar Skulls. The race, of course, is Wood Elf. Now all of this is coming together to give us about 35k HP and just shy of 27k Stam. This is a much more aggressive playstyle. It will allow you to fight multiple opponents at once, and it'll give you the stam you need to do so. Now for consumables, tripods are basically your best friend. Another good thing to have is detection, and why not have a little bit of magicka on it to make it a little more useful, especially if you're cloaking a lot. The Alliance Battle Draw is excellent if you really think you're going to need that extra push for major brutality. If you're going up someone that's a lot tankier, much stronger of a player, it will solidify that gank. It's going to put us right at 4,300 weapon damage, which is plenty enough to get the job done. Alright, jumping into the abilities. You can run Race Against Time, but I prefer Channeled Acceleration. Leeching Strikes, Deep Thoughts, Venom Arrow for the stun, and of course Vigor, being the only heal you have available. Temporal Guard is slotted there mainly for the minor protection. The Undo doesn't tend to work for me very often, so I rely on the other ultimate that we've got, Flawless Dawnbreaker. It's going to give you a bit of an extra burst. It also buffs your heals with the 300 extra weapon damage. Since we're not building for that, this is a heavy attack build. But it does play well with Camo Hunter here for the minor berserk, which is absolutely huge. It can help against the Nightblade if you need it too. Next we have Killer's Blade. This is absolutely crucial to killing tankier players, better quality players. Having an execute is a huge advantage on any kind of a build. Your main spammable follow-up is Surprise Attack, no surprise there. Relentless Focus. Now the change to this with the critical damage is absolutely wonderful for this and many other Nightblade builds, so always want to carry that. And of course we have Shadowy Disguise. Alright, moving into CP, there's nothing in Apprentice. Physical Weapons Expert, 71. This is really important because this is a heavy attack build. Get that up as high as you can without a diminishing return. Got 66 Master at Arms, 51 Precise Strikes, 39 Piercing, 43 into Mighty. We got 56 in Ironclad, 62 in resistance. With the change to the base amount of resistance that we have, this is the reason I was only running one impenetrable. Got 43 into hardy, 43 into elite defender, 37 into thick skinned, 29 into heavy armor focused. For green, we got 37 in warlord and 27 in siphoner. That's going to play really well with the stam drain poisons if you choose to run those. 48 tenacity to build more heavies. Got 37 into arcanist, 47 into shade. That's really important because you're going to be doing a lot of sneaking. 18 into shadow ward, 56 into tumbling, and that will pretty much sum up the CP. Now, being that this build is centered around continuous attack and farming the towers, I'm just going to go over real quick, if you weren't paying attention in the video, the kill order of these. Take the Minder out there first, and then the next guard. Run up the stairs here, and take that mage out. Now, you can actually jump down from there, or you can run back down and buff up if you need to, but you're going to go straight for these Minders again once combat is ended. You can one-shot them as long as they're not buffed up into combat. And then you take the flag. It's a pretty quick flip. It makes doing this by yourself an absolute breeze. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's a couple more builds I have in the works, so expect those soon. Like, subscribe if you like the content, and I will see you guys on the fields of Cyrodiil.